You ever have one of those moments where just out of nowhere, something just smacks you and you're right back to your childhood? Bloke, I know what you're thinking. What in the world are you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is those moments where something just comes, whether it be an aroma or a visual cue, something that takes you right back to being a kid. And so the other night I'm watching television and there's a Heineken commercial. Now, wait a minute. Heineken doesn't take me back to my childhood. But in this commercial, Jackie Stewart took me back there. And you might ask, well, what does the Scotsman Jackie Stewart have to do with taking you back into childhood? Well, let me give you a frame. When I was younger, on Saturdays, it was very typical for my three brothers and myself to find ourselves in front of the television. Before we could land in front of the television, my dad would say, grab all the Sunday shoes. And he would polish them and get them ready for Sunday morning while we watched Wide World of Sports. And that was just the moment in the week. Because, in that time, with 3 channels to watch, when sports came on, the 4 boys and my dad, we were going to sit there and we were going to absorb as much of the sports that we could get a hold of. And that's when I was introduced to Jackie Stewart. Now, I'm not a car nut. I am not a racing fan at all. But here's this Formula One driver who stands there with Jim McKay, or whoever it was at the moment, and he's speaking with this strong Scottish accent, and I am captivated. I love the accent. I don't do accents that well. I play around with them, but I don't know anything about them. And now here I'm 8 years old, and I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, I could do that. My parents had purchased a little recorder for me. Now remember, this is way, way back, and so this little recorder was actually a reel-to-reel, about 3-inch reel to 3-inch reel, with about a 4-foot microphone. And I would sit down in the garage or at my friend's house, and I would pretend to be Jackie Stewart at the Formula One racetrack, talking with Jim McKay. And we would try to mimic who Jim McKay was, who Jackie Stewart was. We would come up with a bad accent, whether it be British, Scottish, Irish, and some alien dialect all thrown together. But we would create this moment. We'd even practice making the sound of the Formula One cars coming at a distance and racing to the moment of the interview and then race back into the distance, and we would practice that sound. And so the other night I'm watching that TV show and I'm that little kid again, and my first thought was, I would love to just become Jackie Stewart again in my imagination. Isn't it great when you have those connectors that take you back to that moment? That's it.